Ultramarathon trail races are foot races that range in distance from 50 kilometers to 200 or more kilometers, often on hilly and difficult terrain. This sort of extreme exercise can place a lot of stress on the cardiovascular system, but previous research hasn't clearly shown whether ultramarathons actually result in impairments in the function of the cardiovascular system. Some research has shown that running an ultramarathon might cause transient impairments such as inflammation, oxidative stress, cardiac fatigue, and artery stiffness, but other research has not shown this. This conflict may be because different researchers often use races with vastly different distances and test the effect of these ultramarathons on different cardiovascular measures. We decided to investigate a comprehensive set of cardiovascular measurements in 54 runners who ran either the 25 kilometer, 50 kilometer, 80 kilometer, or 160 kilometer races on the same course on the same day. This way, we could identify whether running longer distances has a progressively more detrimental effect on cardiovascular function. One area that we were particularly interested in looking at was the vascular endothelium that lines the inside of all arteries. This lining is an important component of proper artery function that controls your artery's ability to vasodilate and to protect against future cardiovascular disease. No study had ever attempted to look at how this was impacted by an ultramarathon. Unexpectedly, we found that only following the 50-kilometer race was there a short-term reduction in endothelial function. Running shorter distances, like 25 kilometers, and longer distances, up to 160 kilometers, did not cause a transient reduction in endothelial function. This happened even though inflammation was much higher following the longer race distances. Other measures of vascular function, like delivery of blood to the muscles, blood pressure, and artery stiffness were not differently impacted by race distance. Therefore, there may be something about the 50-kilometer distance that uniquely impacts the blood vessels. Possibly, people are able to run hard enough for long enough to cause reduced endothelial function at that distance, whereas during longer distance races, people slow down because they know they have a long way to go, and this may inadvertently end up being better for their blood vessels. This research was performed by the Human Performance and Health Lab at the University of Guelph and was published in the journal Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise.